Friday night. See if anybody gets on this live here. Yo, what's up? Thanks for hopping on. Little Friday night Forex training. Hey, let me know if the screen's sideways. I have my phone turned like to the side like that. Can you guys see it so it's straight? What's up, buddy? Thanks for hopping on. How's it going? Friday night, huh? Yeah, so I'm just in the, I'm here. Thanks for hopping on, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, so tonight, what we're going to talk about some technical analysis. We're going to talk about US dollar CAD. We're going to talk about gold. Everybody want... Oh, you're sideways? Okay, it's sideways. How about this? How's that? Better? Portugal in the house. All right. What's up? Sideways. Thanks, Todd. Got you, bro. How's this? Better? All right. What's up, everybody? So you can see, thanks, man. I'm glad you hopped in there. So you can see I'm in a new office. Check it out. It's pretty dope. I'm really excited. So it's pretty sweet spot. And Friday night, so I figured I had to come in, break it in, and do some technical analysis and show you some setups, some badass. Thanks. Appreciate it. Portugal in the house. So yeah, show you some badass setups we got going on with the dollar. How I like more than anything. Sorry, the lighting's a little dark because this is so white, and I'm still trying to figure it out. I just moved into the space. So writing on the board's backwards. Yeah, okay. So that's because of the reflection. So just this is US dollar CAD. This is US dollar CAD. Everything else we're going to be doing is technical analysis. So don't even worry about that part. So we're going to talk about dollar CAD. We're going to talk about gold. And, you know, I've got some crude setups here. But once you know technical analysis, once you know actual structure, like the fine details and especially correlations, the fine details about technical analysis, man, you don't even really need to know. Once you know the levels, once you can recognize this is the light. So just ignore that. Once you know what these main structures are and how they work over 50% of the time, all you need to know is over 50% of the time, if it is a good setup for you, then as long as you have your risk management dialed in, it'll work out for you. So dollar CAD, I've been talking about this for weeks in our groups, in my accelerator group, in my VIP group. This week we were trading it. We were trading dollar CAD, we were trading euro CAD, and buying dips on this pair. And so this is what I'm looking at, right? So you can see this is straight up. This is the consolidation phase, right? Consolidation phase before the rally going on here. I tried to get fancy with some red markers. So the red is obviously the bearish. So some consolidation and then a massive move higher. And so what this is right here is the COVID-19 when the stock market crashed. So this happened back in the end of February, March. And then we got this massive dollar weakness come into the market over the past, well, all summer, really. Dollar weakness going on here. So this is the dollar breaking down. And we have our consolidation phase inside of here. And so the past month, I would say, we're hanging out below. You can see, let me know, send some hearts or whatever, if you can see how this is a pennant formation. So this is actually not a pennant. Technically, it's a descending triangle, right? So we have our downtrend line here. So this is roughly what it looks like. And with our descending triangle, from this point here, if you want to pull out your dollar CAD, if you have your charts out or your phone, and so it looks like that. It's a triangle descending, right? So this is one of the biggest reversal patterns that you'll find in the market. Actually, this goes a bit like here because we have a false breakdown. And one of my biggest strategies that I teach is how to trade false breakdowns. So we had a false breakdown here, and that happened about a month ago. So you can see, and a lot of times, and so this is when you get the banks and the market makers coming in to the market, and what they do is they fake, it's a big fake out, right? So they get, especially all the retail traders are like, holy shit, it's breaking down outside of this triangle, and everybody gets short down here thinking this is gonna happen. And most of the time, what we get is, we get a big wick here, and so this happened actually on the Fed meeting a month ago. We got a big wick and a big move to the downside, and then a bounce back inside this triangle. And so this is where we are now. So the past 2 weeks, we started consolidating, and now we have definitely officially broke out of the triangle. So like if you can pull up your charts on your phone if you want, and even more than that, and anybody that's in my group is going to know what this is, we have X marks the spot going on here, right? So we have multiple, and basically what X marks the spot is, it's a confluence. It's a confluence of support, resistance, trend lines, and that's what we got going on, right? So you could pull out your charts, and now you have a nice zone right here, right? So you could even box this out. And this is what I like to do. I like to draw happy little boxes, if anybody knows who Bob Ross is. So this is what we got, and we have a move outside of this triangle now. So don't worry, I'm going to, dude, go to bed. I'll be here all night, man. I'll be here all night. So we already have a move outside of this triangle, right? But gold, on the other hand, don't worry, I'm going to get to see how this correlates with gold and US dollar yen. Gold still hasn't made the move yet for the dollar. But what we're doing here, and if you can start to pick out clues in the market, if you can start to pick out clues, then you can know and predict where it's going to go next. So we have this super nice breakout of this descending triangle. Take a look at US dollar CAD right now, and more often than not always, nothing is 100% in trading, but more often than not, once we get a breakout from this formation, then we get a full-on retracement that equals the top of the triangle. Right? So at least the top of the triangle is what we will retest that area to. So the thing is, you know, not everything is 100%, but if you look at US dollar CAD, this right here is literally 1,000 pip move, like 1,000 pips. So you could be going in and make a game plan for dollar CAD that, man, especially once we can close up around this area, then you can make a game plan that, like, man, what I'm going to be doing is buying dips on dollar CAD and correlating CAD pairs. So if we've already made the assumption that this is going to break out, here we go. So I'm going to be buying dips on this now. You know, that trade might not always be there. Sorry, I'm setting it up to move down the line here. The trade might not always be there. So you want to see where the correlations are and what has happened yet and what hasn't happened yet. So what I will do, and this is what I teach my students, my accelerator traders, is that so those are guys and girls that are going to get funded with outside capital. We take a look at these pairs and dissect them and make a game plan for the week so everybody can be on the same page for if they're passing a challenge or if they're already funded or whatever it is that they're wanting to do, so we can attack the market as a team. Right, so what I like to do is I like to find these zones. I just drew one earlier, and you can see these are significant support and retracement levels, resistant levels in the market, right? So here is one, right? And so I know it's not exact because I'm drawing this on a whiteboard, but the thing is that once you know how these levels react, it doesn't have to be exact, and you can pull out your charts and take a look at this and be like, damn, he's pretty on point anyways. So I've been watching this chart for a minute. So this is, you can just take this out of the equation here. This is what's happened, and this is what we're looking to happen, right? So here's our levels. So this is also going to be our take profit targets here, because we want to be securing the bag on the way up. So let's go down the line, right? So we've already assumed that, dude, all right, dollar CAD, we've broken out of this, this formation here, and we already know that typically, not all the time, but more often than not, we get a move that equals the retracement of this descending triangle. So this is our target. This is where we think it's going to go. So we can make the assumption of, man, where else is the dollar going to get strong? So this may or may not happen. I'm going to move this down the line here. And so let's take a look at gold. The lighting's a little bit better over here. So take a look at gold. All right, there it is. So with gold, we have this massive, massive ass move that started back last year when the Fed cut rates, right? When the Fed cut rates, that was July of 2019. July. And that was from 1350, and now we've hit 2000, right? And we're at 1950. We closed the market this week at 1950. So here we are. We had a big ass move to the upside, and it's more or less just been raging higher and higher and higher. And then we hit a top there. It seems like either a temporary top, but we're at new all-time highs, right? So this would be, just to make it, shorten this chart a little bit, this was the old all-time high right here. We can just take that off there. This is the old all-time high. We're at new all-time highs right here, and we're in a consolidation phase now. So how I tied this all together is if the dollar is going to significantly strengthen, at least during the Canadian dollar, at least against the Canadian dollar, and here we are, and we've hit what looks like a potential top in the market for gold, at least for a retrace. Like, I'm not saying long term, because long term I think we're going to 3,000, maybe even 4,000 or 5,000. Who knows? Who knows what could happen, especially in 2020. Jesus Christ, it's insane. But you can't deny the monthly RSI here. Like, if you're looking at gold, if you're having to looking at your charts right now, take a look at the monthly RSI and where it's at. It's at unprecedented levels. Oh, Scotty, what's up, dude? Nashville, represent. You got to give me a holler, man. Give me a call. All right, monthly RSI, you got to look where it is in gold, and you can't ignore the fact. And so once we get way up in those levels, the market's gonna at least have to balance itself out. So we already made the clues. We figured it out that dollar CAD is already breaking out. And what would be the catalyst? What would be the catalyst to really get a dip here in gold? So we've been having on the stock market, on the S&P 500, we're in a bearish market, at least a bit of a correction right now for sure. So that is the big thing. It's the only thing that could really strengthen the dollar right now, because, we had the Fed. They said they're not going to raise rates until like 2023. Who knows who knows if we'll even have a dollar by then, but that's a whole different thing. So they said they're not going to be raising rates. It's going to be a super long time before they do. This is only going to be bearish for the dollar, but what could strengthen the dollar? And that would be a big move lower in the S&P 500 and indices in the stock market. And what could move the market lower? I mean, the election, for sure. That could be a huge, huge thing. At least, I know if Trump wins, I'd say we're gonna see the market soar. If Biden wins, it's going to be, the market is going to crash, and I'll tell you why. Is because one of the biggest things that he said he's going to do, and this isn't a statement pro or for or whatever, one of the things he's going to do is he's going to roll back these tax cuts for these big companies and the wealthiest percentage of Americans. And so what's that going to do is those companies and businesses are going to be looking to do business other places. So it'll definitely bring the market lower. And if that happens, then that'll significantly, at least for a short while, strengthen the US dollar because it is the overall the world's risk-off investment currency. When everything's going to shit, people at least want to have dollars. So that's the logic behind that. So if that happens, that would be the thing. Let's go ahead, Dad. We'd hit some sort of consolidation phase, and before we hit new all-time highs, which because of inflation, because of all these stimulus packages and everything going on. What's up, buddy? Thanks for all the love, man. Appreciate it. Because of the stimulus packages, because of all the QE, this is going to create hyper inflation, which is going to create a super weak dollar. And in the long run, you want to invest in gold, silver, Bitcoin, I would say, but in more hard assets. So, but that aside the point, like more short term, just to bring it back and to tie it all together, US dollar CAD, right? We've already broken out of this descending triangle. So that's a clue that we have some significant dollar strength coming in the market. Gold is at, let me erase this. Gold hit a top, all-time high here. We have a consolidation phase, and we do need to retrace, just at least to reset itself before we make this next leg higher. So we have the clue that dollar CAD's already broken out. Gold needs to reset itself a bit, I guess you would say, and we have a clue in the market between dollar CAD and between gold that we could have some significant dollar strength coming in the market. So one last chart, and I will call it a night. But we've been in a huge triangle consolidation in US dollar yen for a while now. So we've been in triangle consolidation, and recently, sorry, just draw this out crudely, but recently we just had some big moves lower. This was a move lower, which is a false breakdown. And here we are right now. So we're at 104.50 in US dollar yen. So these are some super low levels for the dollar yen. You at 104.50. If we get down to 104, 103, that's pretty unheard of. So that hasn't happened. It, like when the market crashed, that happened very quickly and then turned around. So if we know the dollar CAD's breaking out, we think gold might reset itself, and we have some significant dollar strength coming in the market potentially, and US dollar yen is right down here, way lower than it's been in a super long time. We have some wicks, we have some very small areas where it retested that level. Then we can know, if you're wanting to like make a long-term game plan, once we get some sort of bottom down here, whether it's a double bottom, even a temporary one, a move back to at least 106 seems pretty likely for the dollar yen. So just to recap, what's up, man? What's up, Steven? You already know, man. You already know. So just to recap, US dollar CAD breaking out. It's already broken out, but the other dollar pairs haven't quite caught up. I mean, we got some strength last week, but I think US dollar CAD is going to, like, pretty much betting against the CAD all the way across the board. Euro CAD is in a great spot for a buy, and CAD yen's already down quite a bit, so you might not get a good entry there. But US dollar CAD, if you're looking to buy dips and potentially catch this big dip in gold because it hasn't quite accumulated yet, I think it could be happening before, just to make it clear, before we make a huge run at silver as well. 100% silver probably down to 25, maybe even 24 before we go up to 40, and gold down to, I don't know, 1800 seems pretty generous, so maybe 1850 before we make a run to 3000. And so that's what I'm looking at. If anybody has any trading questions, and when am I coming to visit Portugal, dude? So I was looking to this year, man. I went to the UK last year, and I was gonna come to Portugal, but of course, once everything chills out with COVID, and probably after the election, then we'll make that happen. So Libra for the win. Thanks for hopping on. Yeah. Got to get their money back. Yeah, man. Steven knows what's up. Steven's in our accelerator program. He's in Atlanta. So actually, dude, I'm planning a trip down there pretty soon. So thanks for hopping on, everybody. And a lot of love here. You guys are the best. So if you have any questions, if you want to be a part of my group, stay tuned. I'm going to be doing lives a lot more. So just free live training like this. So turn your notifications on. And if you're serious about wanting to trade and want like a legit mentor or a group of people that all have the same goal, it's not about all the watch or car or any of that stuff. It's about creating a life for yourself, creating freedom, creating a career. Like right now, everything is up in the air, and I'm telling you, if you can go out, you can get funded with outside capital and actually have some control over your life, because you call this shots. I mean, the thing is, you have to put in the work trading, right? So somebody on here was like, why don't you go to bed, dude? It's Friday, 9 o'clock. So, but the thing is, I'm putting in the work right now. And so I'd recommend that if you want to get ahead, you got to do the same thing, man. And if you can make this where you're helping people, or, you're helping your family out, it's not work, man. It's fun. So I appreciate everybody. What's up, man? What's up, buddy? I see you. How did I miss this awesomeness? No, it's all good. I'll post the replay, man. So thanks for hopping on, everybody. Appreciate it. And stay tuned for more lives and more trainings. And if you want to be a part of our community and actually learn how to do this and change your life, you can do it, because I've done it. And I'm telling you, my life's always changing. I'm always grinding, but I'm no different than you all, 100%. And I'm not going to pretend to be, So if you're willing to put in the work, dude, I'm telling you it can happen. So thanks for hopping on, everybody. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the VIP chat room. Peace.